Time for our Davidson's Pick 6, brought to you by Davidson's Liquor. So today we are going to talk about the 6 biggest cheaters in sports history. Doesn't matter the sport, doesn't matter the country, doesn't matter the gender, doesn't matter the race. Who are the 6 biggest cheaters in sports history? You want to start? You do one, then I'll do one, then you do one, then I'll...
I thought we had
Oh, yeah, we're going to
tweets.
do some social media first, all right? We asked this of all of our listeners and our watchers to tweet us at The Sports Show or get a hold of us at facebook.com/The Sports Show. We asked you for your biggest cheaters, and we'll use this to launch you and I into our list.
John Maleka says Lance Armstrong, Barry Bonds, Jose Canseco, Manny Ramirez, Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod Rodriguez,
Tim Donaghy,
Bill
NBA
Belichick,
ref.
Roger Clemens, and
Andy Pettit.
oh, I thought that was Petite. Someone signed Petite.
Let's go to the next one. From Jesse. This is Tanya Harding. Actually, it was Tanya Harding's boyfriend. Lance Armstrong, Danny Almonte, he was the little leaguer, Rosie Ruiz from the Boston Marathon, the 2007 Patriots, and again, the NBA referee Tim Donaghy.
Who's out of jail, I think. Judge smells when improved his lie in Caddyshack.
Ted Baxter. Judge Smales. That's good.
like
That's from
that.
Dan Levy. Nice, Dan. And one more. This is from Hurricane Johnson. Is he a boxer? You, Woody, on Around the Horn. You're the biggest cheater.
I'm the biggest loser. I'm not the biggest cheater. Oh, man.
All right, let's get in ours.
Number 1 on my list is Barry Bonds. I think he's the biggest cheater in sports.
Really?
I mean, he set the all-time home run record. Is there a more meaningful record in sports than the all-time home run record? No.
Is he the biggest cheater, or didn't he just cheat as much as everybody else? Because I have a different baseball player. You want to know who mine is? As long as we're in this category right now, I get why you're saying about Barry Bonds, the clear and the cream, and lying about it forever.
Well, to me, the biggest cheater also is the end result.
Yeah.
Okay. And on my list would be Rosie Ruiz, but really, does winning something in the Boston Marathon?
She's on my list, by the way.
And
but
so
my big, of all the baseball cheaters, Sammy Sosa. And you know why? He not only, my guess, did the PEDs, but he also corked his bat.
Well, yeah.
He did even more than Barry Bonds, more than Roger Clemens, more than A-Rod, more than Palmeiro, more than all the other guys we suspect. He did the PEDs and corked his bat and set home run records himself.
See,
so the end result was pretty big
And
there,
I
too.
disagree with you, respectfully. I wouldn't put him in front of Barry Bonds or Mark McGwire. Mark McGwire had beat him in the home run race. And Mark McGwire set the new baseball record for home runs than Barry Bonds because of what has been reported, because he saw these other guys setting home run records, that's when he made his decision to do it. I just think the most sacred record in sports is the home run record that was started with Babe Ruth, really. Hank Aaron, one of the nicest men in the history of the game, that he held the home run record, and now it's held by Barry Bonds? Really? Roger Maris, they put an asterisk next to his name because he actually didn't play more games, but the season was longer. Can't even get into the Hall of Fame. He belongs in the Hall of Fame before Barry Bonds or Mark McGwire. You know, that's kind of left out. They haven't put Roger Maris in the Hall of Fame.
All right, let's do some more. You got another one. Give me another one.
Well, it already came up. Judge Smell, I think, but the guy that I really felt sorry for in that movie was the priest who makes the putt at the end and is struck by lightning and killed, and his caddy in Caddyshack sort of tiptoes off the green and doesn't pay attention to anybody. But I would say I would mention Rosie Ruiz,
Rosie Ruiz,
number
definitely.
6, and for those of you who may not remember, she got on a subway train and didn't even run.
It was the 1980 Boston Marathon. Out of nowhere, Rosie Ruiz crosses the finish line before any other woman, and she's declared the winner. 8 days later, they take it away from her because they find out she jumped into the race right near the finish line. She took a subway.
Yeah, right. And you wondered because she hadn't worked up a sweat.
She probably didn't even buy the token. She probably just jumped the
so we
the
both
wheel.
agree that she
Yeah.
belongs over there.
Yeah.
Number 2 on my list, Lance Armstrong.
Oh yeah, he's on mine too.
I mean, you've got to say he won 7 Tour de France's. He won hundreds of other races. He denied, and he hurt a lot of people's lives.
Exactly.
Because he sued them or he would call them out, and he destroyed reputations of a lot of people.
It's
while
like
he
you're
was
reading
out
my
there.
notes. Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's not
so-
just the cheating; it's the way he handled it all through those years,
I know how important
ruining
your pen
thank you,
is.
ruining other people's lives. Let me throw one at you, and it was mentioned on one of our tweets. Danny Almonte. Here's when you play.
it's
Come
a
on,
Little
this
League
is such a
World
pure.
Series.
The Little League is so pure, or at least it's supposed to be pure.
What was he, 28 years old? Is that
Something
what
like 27 or 28. So when you're playing Little League, the cap on the age is 12 years old. This little jerk was 14, pitching for the Bronx, dominated the Little League World Series, and it turns out he's driving and shaving and drinking beer.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put him on my list. That's too far down. You mentioned him earlier. I've said Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, and I think I say Mark McGwire because I was chasing along with a lot of the media people, and I'm sure you were. But
This
I was
wonderful story.
I was
Yeah.
following them around, and I was fooled like everyone else.
Yeah.
And I was in Chicago when the court bat incident happened. I was there for. I think an NBA playoffs. I was there for another reason, and I went the next day. I wasn't there when the like Rick told us. I was there the next day. Went in the locker room. It was one of the most shocking things I'd ever seen in my life. When he took his uniform off, that was not the guy that hit home runs. So I mean, he was off it, but he was trying to cheat by corking his bat.
Yeah.
And you know that wasn't the first day he had done it. It's what I said earlier. I think the end result, though, and for somebody to say Belichick, that's like who are the biggest?
He's on my list.
Who are the worst presidents in history? And people will put Richard Nixon on there because of what happened. So Belichick, all the glory he gets and deserves, he deserves all of the blame for being on this list of cheating. Cheating.
The first paragraph
Forget about
is
this one.
The first paragraph of Belichick's obituary is going to say blank number of Super Bowl championships, but blah blah blah
Spygate,
blah blah.
Deflategate,
but the
whatever
cheating.
it might
I mean,
be.
he's not going to escape it now. So I've named Sosa, Rosie Ruiz, Danny Almonte, Lance Armstrong, Belichick.
Is that 6?
I got one more. Is biting the ear of an opponent cheating?
No.
It's
I
not?
was there. I was
All right,
there.
guess I'm going to have to take Mike Tyson off my list.
What happened that night is I turned to Kevin Blackistone, who was sitting right next to me, who was with me on around a horn, and we were there at the fight, and I turned and I said, he didn't really bite his ear, did he? And he said, well, yeah, it looks like he's spitting out blood and everything. So the next round I said, he did it again. He did it twice.
I know.
Now the other ear. I don't think that's cheating.
All right, so who?
Cheating is Donaghy.
That's the guy. That's my number 6.
But I think you have to go back in history that there was a Kentucky basketball team that was sent to represent us at the Olympics, and it was found out that they were cheating during the course of the season. To me, that was bigger. We didn't choose a bunch of players. We took a team, a college team, and sent them to the Olympics.
Well, yeah, but both of ours, mine, Donaghy, and yours, the Kentucky team, they went right to the core of the integrity of the game.
Yeah.
And that probably makes them worse than just about anybody.
Yeah, so I think I really, when people throw games, to me that's
The worst.
ultimate kind of cheating. So
would you put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know whether he ever bet against his team. He claims he didn't. So was he cheating? He was cheating by violating the rules in the locker room. I see the red light. I'm supposed to shut up.
We done, or you got another one?
No, that's fine.
All right.
I've
Well,
mentioned 6.
that was our Davidson's Pick 6 at Davidson's Liquor. You can make your own six-pack, just like this one, from a wide selection of craft beers. You just go in.
We forgot Roger Clemens. I think.
Well, I got Sosa ahead of Clemens. You can go into Davidson's Liquors. You go into one of their coolers. You have a selection of craft beers you can choose from and make your own six-pack. It doesn't all have to be the same beer. So shop online at Davidson's with free delivery. It's davidsonsdenver.com. Go to davidsonsdenver.com and experience the Davidson's difference.